Ben McKee, Patrick Brown, go Vols 247 here at Neyland Stadium following Tennessee's 66-24 win over Missouri. And Patrick, it was quite the statement. Maybe not the prettiest football at all times, but certainly a statement made by Tennessee tonight.
Yeah, I think after the loss to Georgia last week, Tennessee doesn't have a whole lot to gain on the resume in these last 3 games because of the opponent, right? Because Missouri is now 4-6. South Carolina, I think, is getting blown out right now. Vanderbilt beat Kentucky today, but none of those wins are going to really move the needle. But Tennessee can improve its playoff positioning by quote-unquote looking like a playoff team. And this was a little bit of a struggle. It was 28-24 midway through the third quarter, and Tennessee scored 38 straight points and looked like a playoff team over the final 20-25 minutes of this game. So a good bounce back from Tennessee. The offense, school record, single game, 724 yards.
Is that good?
That's very good. Basically what we saw them do the first 8 games before they played Georgia. So, and then the defense settled in there and got the job done ultimately. So, like you said, I think a win to get back on track, make a statement that we're still here and we're still have a lot to play for down the stretch of the season.
Right, and I thought last week was more about Tennessee's self-inflicted wounds and Georgia just being in a class of its own this season from the rest of college football. It didn't have anything to do with necessarily Tennessee being a super flawed football team all of a sudden. I expected this tonight, to be quite honest with you. I didn't expect 24 points from Missouri, but I expected Tennessee to do what it did offensively tonight, the same thing it had done all the way up through the season up until that Georgia game. But the key defensively, getting it turned around midway through this game, was finding a way to slow down Brady Cook in that quarterback draw.
Yeah, Missouri was bringing back a lot of Tennessee's old defensive struggles, not stopping the running quarterback, getting the ball out on the edges, throwing the ball over the middle. Missouri had a good game plan, I thought, on offense and was making it work and had Tennessee off balance defensively. But I think Josh Heupel said after the game they just kind of played better. They just executed better. Did some of the routine things that they weren't doing. They did those things on defense. And go back to the offense, Georgia is a really good defensive team, but Tennessee had it was an off day. They made a lot of mistakes, didn't make some plays that they normally make, but they pretty much did whatever they wanted to in this game. Big game for Hendon Hooker. No Cedric Tillman today, but Jalen Hyatt goes over 100 yards, as does Brew McCoy. Dylan Sampson, impact off the bench there in the third quarter as well. So the offense got back to doing what it does, a lot of big plays, and it kind of just showed that last week was really an off day.
Yeah, and moving forward, there's not really a chance for Tennessee to make a statement in terms of who they can beat. You said it earlier.
They have to win 66-24 pretty
Correct.
much.
And I don't even know that you have to put 66 up. But if you can get to 50 these next 2 games, I think that says a lot. But other than that, Tennessee's just going to sit back on the couch tonight and hope that Texas can beat TCU.
Yeah, maybe see if Georgia stumbles a little bit. Georgia's been feeling themselves the last few days. Maybe they go into Starkville and gets a little hairy. And then you're hoping that TCU loses. Oregon's playing Washington, I think, tonight. So, if you're Tennessee, you got your business done. It was a good atmosphere on Senior Day. Hendon Hooker got to lead the band. Said he was fighting back some tears in the Vol Walk. So
had some Heisman chance.
Yeah, and Tennessee went through a whole season unbeaten at home. I don't know off the top of my head the last time that happened, but
a long time ago.
You need to to get back to winning a lot, you need to win at home, and Tennessee's done that this season with some big wins. And Josh Heupel came out right off the bat, thanks to the crowd for all the impact they've had this season and helping this team play so well here.
Yeah, Tennessee needs to continue making statements the way that it did tonight these next 2 weeks, and then they sit back and hope that they can get some help elsewhere. We've got plenty of coverage of Tennessee's big win over Missouri up at Go Vols 247, and we'll have plenty of coverage over the next couple of days as we get into South Carolina week. He's Patrick Brown. I'm Ben McKee. This is Go Vols 247 at Neyland Stadium.